the last video I made a keyboard on the screen where you can write text using mouse clicks or screen touch on the keys. In this video I planned to add a couple of things to make it work and look a little bit better. First thing is to limit the maximum number of characters in the string that the player can write. The string represents the player's name and will be used in different places in the game in other strings. If the name is very long, that might mess things up in those different places. Having a known maximum length of the string for the player name will make it easier to handle the different places where the name will be added to some other text. I limit the number of characters to 10. So for clicks on the keys I add that the action will only result in a change in the string if the length of the string is less than 10. When the string has reached the length 10, no more characters will be added. Next thing is to make the text being typed into a single-line text box. CT.JS does not provide a function for a text box, at least not as far as I know, so I make one myself in the simplest possible way. I know where the text will be printed on the screen. Typing the widest letter 10 times, I know the largest necessary width of the text box. So I just draw the text box on the background image for the room. I can make the text box as fancy as I want. I have full control of what it will look like. It is always nice to be able to do things as fancy or as plain as you want to. I will, in this case, keep it simple. Just a single line frame and a small shadow indicating that the surface where the text is written is lower than the background surface of the room. So this first part is just some pixels creating an illusion, which is pretty much what graphics are, pixels creating an illusion. In a text box, we often have a blinking text cursor, or caret, showing where the next letter will be added to the string. We will do that. We have a letter that is a vertical line that is used in coding for OR. It can be a single line or a double line, depending on what type of OR we are using. I don't know if this letter has a name. I would guess that it has, but I don't know it. Anyway, if we add the letter to the end of the string, we have our caret. It will be there even if there is no letter added to the string yet. I will save the string with the caret as a separate variable, plus name. It's separate from the global variable we use for the player name. That way, the actual name will be stored uncorrupted in the global variable, and it will be easier to always add the caret at the end of the string as the length of the string is changed. In the text box, the caret can usually be moved inside the string, making it possible to delete or add a letter inside the string. We will not be doing that here. If we wanted to do that, we could have an additional variable storing the position of the caret in the string. For the purpose of adding a player name, that seems a bit of overkill. We might get back to that in a later video. Something I would like to have is that the caret is blinking. To do that, we need a timer. I make a timer function in the customs scripts based on that the frame rate is set. The timer counts up one step for each frame and then turns back to 0 and starts over again when it reaches a maximum number that can be set as a parameter in the function. So I have a variable that starts as 0 in the room start and then counts up to 60 in frame start. I now will have a third variable for the player name. This is the string that will be shown on the screen. I call this variable print name. If the timer variable is less than 30, print name will be plus name, player name plus caret. Else print name will be player name, that is, without the caret. This way we get a blinking caret. If player name is 10 letters long or more, the caret is not showing at all. No more letters are to be added. So now we got a text box with a blinking caret showing where the next letter goes. It looks a bit fancier, but it is still all an illusion. The final thing I am going to add in this video is to make it possible to delete only the last letter in the string. We already have the possibility to delete the whole string and start over. Having the possibility to just delete the last letter can make it simpler to handle the situation where the player by mistake adds the wrong letter while typing. It might be easier to step back to the faulty letter and go from there, rather than starting over from the very beginning. So I draw another button. Clicking on that part of the screen, player name will be changed to a slice of player name from and including the first position, position 0, to and including the second last position in the string, being the length of the string -1. And this way we can delete the string one letter at a time from the end of the string. And that will be all for now. Thank you for watching. See you later.